kickstart the session. Great, let's get this kick started. So, thank you so much everyone for taking out time. I'll give a brief introduction about myself and then we will kick start the session. So, I'm Shashank Srivastava. I currently work at Google here. I lead the startup sales team. So, basically, we look into advertising solutions for all these startups. I particular in look after startups who are in the finance domain. So apart from my job at Google, I also am a content creator. I talk about career and professional development, and there is a social media page that goes by the name of That Salaried Guy. So there I keep on talking. It has close to 1 million plus followers across social media channels. So today's session, as the PW team has informed me, is around what are some of the career options where you can do remote job, you can work from home, and those are the things that we are going to discuss in this session. But before I deep dive into it, I'd like to give you a brief overview of what basically work from home means and what kind of skills people look out for when they are hiring somebody who is looking for a remote job or a remote role. So understand that when you are working in a remote job or a remote role, a lot of times there is huge autonomy. It basically means that there is work which is given to you, and then it is expected that you will be delivering on that work. So that is why one of the key skills when recruiters are looking out for candidates who are remote first, they are looking out for autonomy, that if you are given some direction, if you are giving some guidance, you are able to execute it end to end. Second thing that people look out for is collaboration as well, because when you are working in a remote setup, when you are working from home, at times you might be stuck somewhere. So you should be able to communicate where you are stuck, and you should be able to work closely with other team members as well, because since team is totally remote, so it makes sense for you to have that bonding with others where you can be open or critical or let them know that these are the improvement areas. And third and most important thing that people generally look out for when they are hiring remote candidates is the agility. So by agility, I mean that if you are working remote, nobody is tracking how much working hours you are putting in. But if the work is there, so it is expected that you will be delivering it on the due time. So these are two or three things which are very essential if you are looking out for any remote opportunities. And where candidates generally tend to falter is that they make their resume, but they do not incorporate these key points resume, because once you keep these pointers in mind and update your resume, then the chances are high that you will get the shortlist for remote roles. So if there is any hiring manager who is hiring for remote first role, these are two or three skills that they will definitely look at. They will try to understand that how independently you can operate, how timeliness is there in the deliverables that you are giving, and finally they would. Yeah, I think there was some hiccup. Yeah. So they will also try to understand that how much ready are you to take up into the roles that require you to be agile in nature. So these are some of the basic requirements which are there if you are aiming for any remote role or remote opportunity. Now I'll move to the next segment, which is understanding that what kind of remote role or remote opportunities are there. And I'll break it down for you so that you also get an understanding. Now, most of you might be seeing that a lot of intervention right now is being made by AI, especially in fields such as, say, content writing is there, then content creation is there, then anything which requires creative flair, there we are seeing offshoots of AI coming and making a big play there. So, if you are someone who wants a remote first opportunity, first and foremost thing that you can explore out is understanding these AI tools and then bringing out the best of these AI tools for different companies. So there are sites such as freelancer.com, upwork.com, fever.com. So these are the sites where you can get remote gigs, and these gigs can be, can you become a content writer for me? Can you write my resume? Can you prepare my presentation? Now previously each of these tasks used to take a lot of time. So like working on a presentation would have taken you at least say 3 to 4 days. Now there are tools using which you can prepare any presentation within 10 to 15 minutes, like there is gamma.app. Now the best part here is that these presentations are very generic in nature, so you'll always need someone who can come and fine tune the presentation and bring in a human element as well. So first and foremost, remote opportunities right now are there in terms of learning AI tools and then deploying those AI tools to come up with solutions which make other people efficient or which are cost effective. So you will look the if you go to any freelancing site or if you look at any company that are hiring remote jobs right now, they are looking for AI efficiency drivers kind of role. So where you basically understand different AI tools and then you understand how to leverage them, and then you come up with your solution which is built on top of that. So some very simple tools that you can explore out. First is gamma.app that I told you. Gamma.app can build a presentation from the text input that you are giving. Second very simple tool that you can explore is Notebook LM. So Notebook LM is a tool by Google where you can put in any YouTube video, you can put in any text, and then you can ask questions on it. You can build out presentations, you can build out infographic. So if you master this tool, then you can again leverage it for any freelancing kind of gig. Third tool that you can definitely check out, and I think it's present since long time, is Chat GPT and Google Gemini. Now, here what people generally tend to do or miss out is they are not good with art of prompting. What is prompt? Prompt is basically the input that you are giving to either Chat GPT or Gemini for it to come up with the output. But if you fine tune your prompt or if you are better with prompting, you will get better outputs as well. So it's like you ask good set of questions, you will get good output. But right now companies, they are looking out for people who can do this for them, because this skill is something which people rarely have. They generally go with very generic kind of prompt, and the output also is then very generic in nature. So if you can learn about art of prompting, you can become a prompt engineer, and that also is a good remote job. Now you'll ask that from where we can learn art of prompting. So there are multiple free courses that are being launched by Google. OpenAI has also launched these courses. There are multiple booklets out there. There are many YouTube videos. So if you go through these set of videos, and then when you start implementing them, it will take you 4 to 6 weeks. But if you good become good with your prompt, then that is also one skill which is highly overrated, sorry, highly underrated, and this is one skill that companies are also looking out for. Because say if you are a marketing professional and you want to come up with a creative, you will need someone who is good with prompt and who can give a prompt to say a nano banana or a chat gpt or a mid journey to come up with a creative image, and for that you will need very finer details. So prompt engineering is also one of the roles which is picking up. So these are some of the roles when it comes to AI. So just to summarize, first you can look at building out presentations, second you can look at some of the creative skills. Now third thing where you can get work from home job is workflow automation. Now, it might sound technical to you, but it's not technical in nature. If you have learned how to prompt, using those prompts only, you can build out whole automation process that can drive efficiency for any company. So, for example, say every morning you get up and then you read some newspaper and or some news sites, you go ahead and read the news, and after that, it is your habit that you write whatever you feel best like on LinkedIn and you give your take. So maybe say there is some football match, you read about it in newspaper. Now you summarize it and you write it on LinkedIn. You know, this whole process can be automated where an autonomous AI agent will go. They will scrap all the news. They will understand your writing skill. They will summarize everything and they will go on LinkedIn and post it as well. So this is one whole flow where everything gets automated and there is a lot of efficiency that kicks in. And for doing this, you should be good with writing your prompts, because once you are good with writing your prompts, then same skill you can leverage on automating the stuff as well. Now you will ask what are some of the tools which enable this. So there are two major tools that you can check out. First is make.com, second is na10. So these two are automation tools. Right now, this field is picking up really fast, and it is expected that not only remote jobs but full-time jobs that will pay you somewhere close to say 30 to 35 lakh on an annual basis will be generated for someone who is having these set of skills. So for this, the foundation is very clear. First of all, understand how to be good with prompt. Second is, once you understand this, go to these tools and start learning them. It will be a learning curve of 2 to 3 months, but once you learn it, the chances are very high that you become more employable in this current job market. So this is one thing that you should check out when it comes to AI. That is learning these tools, fine tuning your prompt, and then using those prompts to automate workflows. Now we'll move to the second segment of work from home jobs that are picking up or have been there since quite some time. But before I move there, would like to take up any questions when it comes to say AI related stuff that I told. You can let me know the questions and happy to take some of them and then move to the second section. Okay. No
Hello,
question.
sir. Good morning.
Yeah,
Can
good
you
morning.
hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Uh,
hear you.
can you just put it in the form of a message, all these tools and how to use them? I'm so sorry. Am I asking too much? I don't know. If we can get some kind of
Sure,
something like
sure.
that.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. So I'll just write it down here. So one
thank you. Thank you.
Java and second is prompting.
You're writing in the message, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
Sir, which platform is good to learn all these things?
So see, right now I'll suggest that you can start with YouTube only. There are many videos that people have put out there. So these are free videos. You can start learning about it on the YouTube. And once you have some better understanding, that is when I'd like you to formalize things up. So by formalize, I mean that there are many courses which are there by Government of India on NPTEL. I'll again put down the name here. So NPTEL is Government of India website. There you can get different courses from IIT. So once you learn about prompting, you can go and do one course on prompting from any of the IITs as well. And if you pay 1,000 rupees, they generally give you a certificate of completion as well. So that will close the whole loop. So these are 2 or 3 free resources that you should definitely check out. Yeah.
Sir,
Sir,
I
can you
cannot see the
suggest
chat. What
some?
could be the reason?
What?
I couldn't see the common public chat. What could be the reason?
I don't know. I'll
Have
check
you
it.
written something there?
yeah, even I couldn't see. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
wondering.
Actually, chat is being disabled. It's already done the setting, I guess,
Yeah, yeah.
by the
So I think
administrator.
these are the things if you all can see right now.
Oh, yes, sir. Now it's visible, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Got it. So yeah,
Yeah, I
so
was
somebody,
asking.
yeah.
So I was asking, which channel we should trust on YouTube to learn all.
I think a lot of content PW has also put across. There is a lot of content where you if see if you are going through any of these channels, just look at credibility of the person who is teaching you. So if you see that they are coming from good background or they have also done some decent stuff, it's good. And also a lot of content these channels also put out, like Google. As Google, we also keep on churning out content where we tell about how to be good with prompting. OpenAI also does their own series of videos on their channel. So you can look at official channels as well. Now, somebody also asked that how we can learn automation when there is fees to learn about automation, something of those sorts. So, see, all of these tools like make.com, N810, these are the tools. So, for them, you can simply refer to YouTube to understand that how you can build out the automated workflow. And once you understand them, you can then start leveraging these tools. So, there is no fee as such for learning these tools. You can just go and do practical implementation. So, it's very similar to Excel. If you go to YouTube and you learn about some tips and tricks of Excel, you have Excel on your laptop, you can go ahead and then start practicing it out. So this is how you should be looking at learning these, because right now if you look at the market, there are very few people who understand these skills, and at the same time there is huge demand. So demand is on both sides. So people are also looking out for freelancers who can come and do stuff for them. If somebody is having a less budget, for them having a freelancer makes a sense, or somebody who is working remote, because then they can get work done in lesser budget. But if somebody is having decent budgets, they are also looking to hire, and right now talent is missing from the market. So first and foremost, if you are looking out for any work from home or freelancing kind of opportunities, it's good to tap into this segment. The- yeah. I'll move to the second segment now. This is much traditional in nature, has been there for quite some time. And this is the segment that I also operate in at Google, is digital marketing. So if you look at digital marketing, basically there are two ways to look at it. First is organic marketing, and second is paid marketing. What is organic
So
marketing?
I want
Organic
to
marketing.
ask something.
Can we cover it after this section so that flow
Okay.
is there? Yeah. So what is organic marketing? Organic marketing is basically if there is any brand and they are not spending on any paid marketing platforms and then building out their own channel. So best case example, if we take example of Physics Wala here. So for them, they initially a lot of stuff that they put out on YouTube, that was not any paid campaign. It was the content purely that they were putting across. So that was a way of doing organic marketing where you are putting out stuff and you are not spending anything in any paid mediums for you to drive result. So that is organic. And second, what is there? Second is paid marketing. Paid marketing is basically leveraging tools such as Google Ads, Meta Ads is there, Amazon Ads is there, now to Zepto, Blinkit, Swiggy, Zomato. Everybody is having their own advertising. So it is basically using these channels to help you grow. Now, I'll request people to mute if you're not speaking, because then. Yeah. Okay. So then the paid advertising comes in where you're using different digital channels to basically propel your growth. Now, two types of role generally come up if we talk about work from home or freelancing kind of role. So when it's organic, it's basically SEO expert. So what is SEO expert? SEO expert is search engine optimization expert. So if you are searching for something on Google search, they will make sure that at least your website or web page is ranking or coming on the first page. So SEO experts is also a good field, because in this field generally if you do any freelancing gig, the payout is in range of 30 to 35,000 per month, where you can get it easily from one client. But again, since the space is competitive, if you want to become a SEO expert, you should also add on one skill on top of it, which is GEO expert. Now what is GEO expert? That is generative engine optimization expert. Now, people generally are asking first set of questions on Gemini or Chat GPT, and you might be seeing that whenever output is given by these two, they are also quoting the references from where they have got this output. So making sure that your website again is ranking on Gemini and Chat GPT as well is a new field which is called as generative engine optimization. And again, this field is right now wide open because there are very few people who understand or have mastered this skill. So if you want to become a SEO expert, again, there are different freelancing websites, or you can start through your first level of connects and networks. But if you become a GEO expert as well, then the same client which was paying you 35 to 40,000 for a SEO job, you can easily get some 60 to 70,000 for SEO plus GEO kind of roles. And again, GEO, if you want to start learning about it, there is not much resources available, but you can definitely check out. There are some YouTube channels out there. There are people who have put in PDF documents on Google search. You can go and get through it, and then you can start practicing it as well. So these are two skills when it comes to organic piece of marketing where you can get some gigs. Now, second is most in demand skill, which is the paid advertising. So what I mean by paid advertising is that you should have a better understanding of how to leverage Google ads, how to leverage meta ads for brands to get to their result. Now, if you look at any brand, they generally have two or three key objectives. One objective can be, as a brand, my awareness should be very high. So when people are taking my name, other people should know, okay, so this is a big brand. Maybe if you have heard of Ponds, Dove, these are some of the brands that are iconic in nature. So any brand wants to be in that position. So one of the marketing objective for any brand can be that can I have lot and lot of brand awareness. And when we talk about brand awareness, then how you build out brand awareness? You build it out through campaign with a celebrity, you build it out through any YouTube campaign, you build it out through any billboard campaign that you see at airports and all. So that is one marketing objective. Second marketing objective that generally brands have is that people should also consider us when they are making any decision. So if you look at any automobile brand, say Tata is there, then there is MG Hector, all of this basically they also want that if you are evaluating two, three options, you should consider them. So one key objective for any brand is brand awareness, second is consideration, and third and most important objective for any brand is that we should drive action. So people should basically come and make the purchase. So for Zomato, like marketing objective is making sure that you come and then you make lot and lot of orders. Same goes for Swiggy as well. Same goes for Flipkart, Amazon as well. They want users who come and use the platform and finally make the purchase. So if you look at paid marketing caters to all of these three objectives. So here you use platforms such as Google Ads, you use platforms such as Meta Ads, and you leverage them for brands to achieve whatever objective they are aiming for. So for example, if I talk about Google, there is a brand who wants to spread word across that they are maybe having the best quality clothes out there. So for them, the bigger branding objective here is making people aware about their offering. So you can leverage YouTube as a platform to talk about it. Then there might be a brand who is into automobile category launching a new car. They want people to consider at least their car when they are deciding, or maybe in the process of deciding which next car to buy. So for that, you can advertise on Google search. There might be a brand which is, say, such as Palmonas, where they want people to see the quality of product that they have, the designs that they have, and they want them to come and make the purchase. So then they leverage platforms such as Facebook or Meta. So these are different platforms. So if you want to enter into digital marketing, first and foremost thing and understanding that you should be having is what is the branding objective that the brand is having, what kind of products will fit into those objectives, and then what kind of campaigns I need to launch. So if you know, Google has a tool called as Google Ads, and Facebook, they also have their own tool called as Meta Business Suite, where you can go and you can set up campaigns. So these are basically tools where you need to go and you need to create campaigns similar to any other SaaS tool which is there. These are the tools which are out there. So once you create the campaign, then you put in creatives in there. These creatives, what are they? These are text creatives such as headline and description line, what you want to be shown on the ad. You also put in images, what images you want users to see. You also put in videos, what videos you want user to see. So those are the set of things that you need to do. And for learning Google Ads and Meta, there are good certifications in the market out there which are being offered by these platforms themselves. Like as Google, we have put across free resources if somebody wants to learn about Google search, Google YouTube, how to use, say, Google AdWords tool. All of those certifications, if you search, you will easily get them. Similarly, Meta has also put across all of these certifications. So if you want to enter into field of digital marketing as a remote gig or as a freelance gig or as a work from home gig, you can easily expect salaries that go from 10 lakh and it can go up to 20 to 23 lakh depending on the experience that you have gathered over the year. The learning whole digital marketing thing end to end will require you at least 6 to 7 months, because learning is one piece of it. You also have to do some practical implementation. And for practical implementation, I suggest that if you are learning digital marketing, better to find out any family or friend who are having issues with their digital marketing, or maybe you can go to freelancer and Upwork and put across a very minimal code for your work, so that you at least get your first or one or two clients. And once you start working on their campaigns, once you start working on their digital marketing piece, that is where you will start learning that how these platforms are performing, and you will be able to solve for any challenges. So digital marketing is also one field that you can definitely consider if you're looking out for remote opportunities or if you're looking out for work from home opportunities. And these roles generally don't require you to travel a lot. It's basically you, your laptop, and your knowledge. So these roles are good to tap into. Now, while I'm talking about digital marketing, one more field which is picking up is influencer marketing. So what is influencer marketing? It's basically as a brand, if I look into, say, spreading awareness about my brand, what I'll do. One is the medium that I told you. You can go to YouTube, you can run ad. Second is I can tap into influencer as well. So I can look into people having say 100K, 200K, 500K kind of following. I can ask them to talk about my brand, and in exchange for that, I can pay them. So if you look at all the big names like Tanmay Bhatt is there, Samay Raina is there, all of these are influencers. And then there are brands who want to work with these influencers. So connecting these brands with these set of influencer is something that a social media marketing manager does. So they get in touch with the influencer, they tell them what kind of scripts they need to read, they tell them what kind of messaging as a brand they want to land, and after that when the influencer comes up with the video, they evaluate the performance as well, that what was the reach for the brand, how many people commented on it, how many people shared it. So as an influencer marketing manager or a social media marketing manager, you can easily earn somewhere close to 7 to 8 lakh on a yearly basis while being remote. So people work in these roles in two kind of manners. First is that you can get associated with any marketing agency where you are working on their payroll. And second, what a lot of people do is that they become freelancers. So they do cold calling, they reach out to different brands, tell them that I am an influencer marketing manager. If you have any campaign coming up, you can give the campaign to me, and then I'll figure out the influencers who will be best fitted for your campaign, and I'll go ahead and help you in the launch of the campaign. So how they earn money in this case? So say as a brand, mm, consider maybe Coca-Cola is doing an influencer marketing campaign. They will have a budget of 10 lakh rupees or so. So influencer marketing manager will take 10 lakh rupees. They will figure out 7 or 8 influencer who can go well with the Coca-Cola brand, and then they will tie up a deal with them, and in this deal they generally make 15 to 20% kind of money. So say 10 lakh brand has given them as a budget, out of that 1.5 to 2 lakh an influencer marketing manager can make, and rest of it then gets distributed to the influencer. So this is also a good field. Only thing is that if you want to enter as an influencer marketing manager, first you should have deep passion about social media, and second is that you should first work with some agency, and also that you understand the process and you build your initial pool of 30-40 influencers where you are closely engaging with them, so that when the project comes you can negotiate on the price and you can also deliver outcomes. So that is the second piece, which is the digital marketing piece. And before I move to the third one, happy to take up any questions here. Yeah. Okay.
Sir, I wanted to ask,
Yeah.
you told about the digital marketing thing. So, how should we start? Like, we should make our own content and then apply that what we are learning, or we should directly upload on Fiverr and LinkedIn.
No, no. So if you have to start, Abhilasha, on digital marketing piece, first and foremost is that you should first complete all the certifications that I've told. Because see, if you are directly engaging without completing, or when you are competing it, the chances are high that the campaign might not perform, because as a freelancer, again, you will be having some budget that any brand is giving you. Say somebody has given you 6-7 lakh rupees to run their campaign, so it is also your duty to ensure that campaign is delivering on the results. So instead of blanket starting, better to do the certifications first and then do some short term projects. And that is why I told that if you're doing short term projects, make sure that you are not charging much for these projects. So even though say project did average or project failed, people then can't come and question, because they already knew that you did it as a favor to help them grow their business. So it's better to finish your learning first, and once you have finished your learning, get 1 or 2 freelancing projects where you are doing it on a pro bono basis. And once that gets completed, that is the time you can list on Fiverr and Upwork or freelancer kind of platform, because then you know that you can be able to deliver results whatever the client is asking. So it's better to first do some freelancing or free kind of. And there is one more thing that I'd like to share. If you're doing any digital marketing courses and you want to learn it practically, best way to do that is figure out the startups that have got recently funded. So all the data is available on sites I'm writing here. So it's your story, INC 42. Here daily they keep on publishing the name of startups who have recently got funded. So the startups that has recently got funded, they might be having very low budget where they can't afford a full-time digital marketer. So this can be your cold calling list where you figure out these 7 8 startups, and then you start dropping them message, letting them know that I understand digital marketing, I have done my certifications. If you need any help from my side, happy to support you on a pro bono basis for 1 to 2 months. What that basically does is that a startup gets a good talent, that is you. You also get a live environment to practice what you have learned, and it's a win-win for both. So this is can also be one way where whatever you are learning, like going back to the first point as well, where we talked about AI prompt engineering. So if you feel that you have learned and now you want to practically implement, best way is to figure out 10 or 12 startups that have recently raised say 1 CR 2 CR type of money, because that type of money gives them the firepower to run the business, but at the same time they can't get good talent, because good talent comes at a premium cost. So you can then engage with them as a freelancer. So using these platforms you can start building out your lead list, and then you can start reaching out to them for engaging with them. And the best part is that say if you are working with any startup which has just raised funds and you deliver good results in 2 to 3 months, chances are high that they will convert it into a full-time kind of role, like similarly happened with me as well. So I was hiring an editor, and that person came in as an intern for 2 3 months. For 2 3 months, I saw the work, and really liked what they were doing. So we converted it then into a full time kind of opportunity. Because if we were looking at getting a editor who is very proficient, very professional, that was outside my budget. So this is also one thing that you should definitely explore and check it out. Any more questions? Would like to take them up.
Sir, these certification courses are given by like IIT and IIM, those organizations, or PW is giving any such courses?
No, no. So the free certification I talked about digital marketing, these are given by Google and Meta also, though they are available on
Okay,
our
okay.
websites as well. So you
Okay,
can
okay.
explore
Yes.
them out. Yeah,
Fine. Thank you.
yeah,
Sir, can you hear me?
yeah, yeah. Please do.
So please tell about that, the names of the startups.
So I have given two websites. One is Your Story, second is INC42. These are news websites. They keep on covering these startups that have recently got funded. So you can get your lead list from here. So once you get the lead list, and then you can go ahead and reach out to founders on LinkedIn and other platforms, and from there you can, yeah, take it forward. Got it. I think I'll move to the next segment. So we talked about digital marketing. We also talked about that we are looking into AI stuff. So third thing which is picking up, or which I see lot and lot of freelancers doing these days, or work from home kind of opportunities, are the opportunities in content writing. So content writing as a field, if you see previously, a lot of effort was going, but now what is happening again because of these AI tools and all, people are churning out content, but the content is not of high quality, because you are just randomly asking Chat GPT or Gemini to give me a paragraph on maybe talk about how should one shape their career in 2026. So these are very low quality content. So one thing which is now picking up and people are appreciating is high quality content writer. And as a content writer, if you look at things, there are two things to it. First is you become content writer for any company where you are going and maintaining their blog or writing the articles. Second is that you become a content writer where you become, say, a ghost writer for someone to manage their LinkedIn, someone to manage their Twitter, or in recently, if you would have seen the post by Ankur Wariku, all of his 3 books have been written by a ghost writer. So ghost writing also as a field is picking up, where what you do is that you have set of clients, you engage with them, you understand what kind of things they want to put across on social media, then you do your own due diligence, you understand that okay, if I have to frame this thing out, how I should be talking about it on Twitter, how I should be talking about it on LinkedIn, and you do it for your clients. So you manage it on their behalf. So a lot of founders, big business leaders, what they generally do is that they have a person who is ghost writing for them. And it's not that the person is only writing. What they do is that every morning they share a voice note or they share a message with the particular person and let them know that maybe today I want to talk about India versus South Africa match. I want to talk about how Kohli scored a century, and then I also want to focus on how Kohli made a comeback. So can you then write this down for me on say Twitter or LinkedIn? So what this content writer or ghost writer does is that they do all the analysis. They look at what kind of words are picking up, what people are talking about this on social media, and incorporating everything up. Then they come up with a post for founder or business leader and tell them this is what you can post. So a lot of people who are in a position where they want to establish their personal brand, but they don't have time to write, that is where they are hiring a lot of ghost writers as well. Similar thing is happening in publishing industry also. So there are a lot of business leaders who want their story to come out to the main public, where they want mainstream media to know that they have done this stuff, they have achieved this. So what they do is that they also hire a ghost content writer. They give whatever they want to talk about in form of a short summary, and then they write the whole book for them. Like recently I told, Ankur Warikoo also shared this. His first two books were written by a ghostwriter, where he just gave them some directional idea and then they went ahead and completed it. So again, for becoming a good ghostwriter or a content writer, it circles back to you understanding what kind of things are picking up in the market, what is particular tonality which is picking up in the market, what kind of things can go viral. So if you have this understanding, then you can start your own agency as well, where what you are doing is that you are asking business leaders and professionals who don't have much time but they want to build their own personal brand. You are asking them to come up and sign up with you, where you will help them establish their presence on social media. So this is also one field which is picking up. For those of you who have a creative flair, or you feel that you understand what kind of things can go viral, what people are generally talking, what kind of topics are picking up, this can again be a good field. With that, I'll move to the fourth field which you can explore out, is content creation. So content creation, if I talk about this particular field, there is a lot of clutter out there. But if you are genuinely caring for a cause and you start creating content on a regular basis, it has its own sweet reward. Like if I talk about my journey, I'm working in Google since last 10 years. Some 5 years back, I started my own journey where I started talking about career and professional development back in 2021. So first year there were 50,000 followers. Second year it went up to 150, 1.5 lakh. Third year it went up to 3 lakhs. Fourth year it went up to 5 lakhs. Now this is the fifth year and coming. I think in next few months it will cross a million. But what this has done for me personally is that once you have a very strong personal brand on social media, you unlock a lot of access. So now I get to meet people who are inspirational. I get to meet people where I never thought of that I'll be meeting them. So those are kind of accesses that this has unlocked, and also this has helped me in establishing my own personal credibility. So content creation is also something that you can definitely look at. And for content creation, the fundamental remains very simple. You have to show up every day, because no matter what people are telling that this content is going viral, this kind of video is picking up, or maybe he or she said something, it picked up, you as a creator never know which kind of content will pick up. For you, it becomes important to show up every day and talk about the things that you are passionate about. And out of say 100 things you will talk about, maybe two or three will become viral, and those two or three will give you all of your follower base. But the main play here is that coming up every day and talking about what you really like. So like I operate in education category, and if you look at content creation, it basically is three parts. There are basically three parts to it. First is you can create a content that you know will definitely go viral. Those kind of content will not establish your credibility because everybody is talking about it, but it will get you views. So for example, Kohli scored 2 century. If you talk about it, if you put in some of his images and video clips, you know it will get viral. Second type of content is that where you will get lot of engagement. It establishes some credibility, but at the same time people might not relate that much with you. So for example, say there is some news related to jobs and all, you are posting about it, you are talking about the job openings, people will relate, they will come, some of them will follow, some of them will not follow, but you will get your decent engagement. Third type of content is where you feel that this is one topic that I have a strong expertise and I should talk about, no matter what views are there. So third type of topic is where you will establish your credibility. It might not get say 1 lakh, 2 lakh views. It might get only 15, 20,000 views. But those 15, 20,000 people who are watching it till the end, those are the people who will build their trust in you, and those are the people who will become your loyal audience base. So content creation is also one thing that you should definitely explore out. But with content creation, keep in mind that it will be at least a 3-year journey, because nobody becomes viral overnight until unless something very random happens, you have to show up for 1,000 days. Every day you need to create a video. Every day you need to talk about the topics that you are passionate about, and you don't have to look at the numbers. Just give it 2 to 3 years, and that is when you will see strong results coming in. So content creation is also a career option that you can definitely explore out. And in the process of doing content creation, if you hit the critical number of 10,000 or 20,000 followers, you also start getting some good brand deals. Say somebody at a 20,000 follower base can easily get a 15 to 18,000 for a one video that they are doing for the brand. So if you are getting 3 to 4 brand deals in a month, it's basically 70 to 80,000 kind of income that you can have as a creator. It again depends on niche to niche. So I operate in education. Somebody who is a travel creator, they might get something higher. Somebody who's an automobile creator or a beauty creator, they might get something higher. But this is again a field where you have to be consistent for at least 3 years if you want to make a career out of it. So these are four career options that I would like wanted to highlight. Before I move to the last segment, happy to take up any questions.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So I have to ask, is it safe for us to show ourselves on social media? Is it safe?
No, so depends on the category that you are operating in. So say Priya, if you are somebody who wants to talk about education, so you can come and talk about education. It basically builds your credibility as well. If you're someone who is passionate about traveling, you can talk about traveling as well. So until unless you are maybe going into an area where say you are covering some controversial topics, you are talking about some topics that might be having both pros and cons. So those are the areas you should steer away from. You should rather focus on areas where you want to build your long career. Like say I personally want to build my career as a career coach. I want to focus on education only. So I talk about only educational content, and those content pieces generally don't have any negativity attached to them. So this is one call that you can take, which particular category you want to enter into. Like one category which is picking up really well these days is recommending books. So if you are someone who likes reading books, or if you are someone who is into books, you can start your own Instagram page or channel where you can come and talk about that. This is the book, these are the things which are there in the book, and if you like it, here's the link to buy it. So a lot of book reading clubs are now opening up. A lot of clubs are opening up where people are talking about mental health. A lot of health related things are picking up. So these are some categories which will definitely pick up. So if you are passionate about any of these categories, that is one thing that you should definitely explore out.
So, I like advertising, so I want to collaborate with the brands. So how we get that?
So if you want to do advertising, and if you want branded deals that should come your way through advertising, best way to is to start a page where you are talking about how different brands do their marketing. So you can start picking up brand, like you can start talking about that why Zomato's color is red, how it is started, why Swiggy's color is orange, why they have a orange color in the application, why Zepto is having say a purple color. Similarly, you can talk about what say a Dove is doing as a brand. So once you start figuring out these content pieces, so here basically what you are showing is that you understand advertising, you understand that what was the brand messaging which was out there, and then some of these brands who resonate with the type of content you are creating, they will come and then they will do a deal or maybe a partnership with you. So if you want to focus on advertising, better is to put out content which is related to advertising, where you are breaking down every advertisement and helping people understand that what was the meaning behind this ad, what the brand was conveying. So this will then establish you as an expert in this field. And after that, the brand deals generally follow once you build a decent follower base. So first focus on, like I told, 2 to 3 years of making sure that you are talking about these things, so that when people look at your profile, they know that you have been doing it for quite some time. Okay, guys, I'll move to the last segment. So we talked about a lot of remote roles. I'll also tell you that there are some of the sites that you should definitely explore out, because they have a lot of remote opportunities. Like we work remotely is there, and then there is remotejobs.com that you can check out. Third place where you can register yourself, it is for those who have some experience, is GLG. So what is GLG? GLG is a expert network community where you list yourself as a freelancer, and then there are brands or companies who want to seek your expert guidance. They generally pay 100 to $150 on a hourly basis, and you can get paid for the expertise that you bring to the table. Like coming to Priya's point, if she has built expertise in advertising, then she can list herself as a advertising expert on GLG, put $100 which roughly translate to 9-10,000 rupees for a 40-minute call. And then you can share with other companies who want to enter into India on how they should look at advertising. So these are three platforms also. Apart from that, if you will go to LinkedIn jobs or if you go to Naukri, they also have lot of opportunities where you can filter it out by remote jobs or work from home jobs. One particular pointer that I would like everyone to take care of when you are applying for jobs on Naukri.com, this is something that Naukri team only told me, is that make sure that every day you are updating your resume at least once, because once the HR comes on Naukri.com, they filter resume by last updated. So you should make sure that at least if you are in the job market, make sure that once a day, maybe 4 p.m., 5 p.m. types, go ahead. And even if you're doing some minor changes in the resume, that is fine. But make sure that you are doing it, because once you do that, your profile will start getting highlighted on the top. And that is when you will start getting more and more interview calls. Uh, I think, yeah, that was it from my side. Happy to take up any questions because we have some good 5-10
Good,
minutes left.
good
Then
morning,
we
sir.
can,
Good
yeah.
morning, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Good morning, sir.
Okay.
Sir, actually, I'm teaching from past 35 years,
Okay.
and my subject is mathematics.
Hmm.
Now, I want to become a content writer for myself only.
Right.
So, will you please let me know about it, that how I can move ahead?
So, Anshu, in this case, if you have 35 years of work experience, and which classes you specialize in, is it say
9th,
11th or 12th or 9th, 10th, both classes
9th,
are there?
the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th.
Yeah, so I think then the best way to start about it is maybe you can start up with a channel where you are covering what were the previous questions that were asked in the board examinations. So right now, if you look at different channels out there, they prepare for board examination, but there is nobody who's analyzing the past year questions. So a simple 1 minute video where you take up any one question which was covered in the board examination, and then you try to answer it or simplify it in a manner that it is very easily understandable. So that is one piece of content that you can start churning out. And say it, first of all, the best thing is that for others who are doing content, they have to do content writing every day, they have to come up with a script every day. For you it will be much easier because you already have past year question papers, and then you can start putting it out. First of all, it, you already have a credibility because you have been doing this for 35 years, so you have a good experience that you can show. It also adds up to your personal brand as well, because there will be more and more students outside your school or your circle of influence who will be following you. So this is one thing that you can definitely start and try it out, that every day one board question which was tough will be solved on this page, and then you can start churning out the content there.
Sir,
Okay, it can be done. It can be done for other countries as well.
uh, I have doubt that other countries might have same structure or not, or maybe same, because for India we know that India has a huge student population base. So not sure how it works for other countries like maybe US or other countries where it's there. Plus I think these platforms also, wherever you are based out of, generally the content is shown to people around you only. So might be difficult that if you're sitting out of India, you're creating content for US, the content at least gets shown in US.
Okay, thank
so
you, sir.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So, can you suggest how to develop strategies about content creating?
Yeah. So see, if you want to start on the content journey, there are 2 or 3 things that you need to take care of. First is the sources from where you are getting your content. Like I talk about career and professional development. So my sources are Economic Times, Times of India, then Mint newspaper is there. Then I also follow certain people on Twitter who talk about this space. So from there I get the content idea. Second is your own personal experience. I have 15 years of experience, close to 15 years now. So I also have some experience from my job at Google and understanding that how things work here. Second is personal experience. Third is that you can start looking at what other people in the domain or area you are operating in are they talking about. So you can follow other creators in the space that you are interested in. It will give you idea what kind of content people are liking, what kind of content is getting virality. So those are three areas where you can do your own research, and then you can figure out that okay, this is my content calendar. So if you talk about YouTube, and I'll talk about Instagram both. So if you want to start, and if you are someone who wants to start in a category such as education, first platform should be YouTube. YouTube may you have to put across at least two long form videos every week and five shorts every week. So that is when your channel will start getting the traction. When it comes to Instagram is more of reels play. So on Instagram you should start with say five videos every week and two carousel posts. So 5 plus 2 7. This should be your strategy on Instagram. And then the second strategy for YouTube I already told. And once you start getting some traction, once you cross say 1 lakh 2 lakh type of followers, you can bring down the content pieces you are putting out there. But initially these platforms just want a trigger from your side that you are consistent on these platforms. So you have to show up for at least a year continuously. That is when you will start seeing the traction coming up.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, there is one national skill qualification framework, and they are running a flagship scheme for skill development, that
Right.
is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana.
Hmm.
So, sir, they used to provide the certification to people who have skills, but they don't have that certification about it, right?
Right.
So, sir, how we can apply over that website of government?
Meghna, I have very little idea regarding this because you might have to do a Google search outside my area of expertise on government.
Okay, sir. Okay, thanks a lot, sir.
No worries.
Sir, how do you overcome self-doubt or hesitation before posting?
No, no. So Manvi, this will be there. So it was with me as well. So when I started talking about it, there were a lot of inhibitions that might be my friend circle. They will be watching it. My office folks will be watching it. But you have to keep everything aside, and then you need to see that why are you doing this? You are doing it for yourself. You are doing it for building a personal brand, and you are also doing it because you want to develop a decent side hustle, and which is good thing to do because in today's market, when job uncertainty is there or jobs are not that readily available, you have to put in some effort to build out a different income stream for you. Like someone does a cloud kitchen, someone maybe starts writing, someone is doing AI tools. Similarly, you have to focus on content creation. One thing that I did when I started up is that I started a completely new page which was different from my own personal page, and I was not sharing the content that I was doing on the professional page on my personal Instagram. It was when the new page that I worked on it touched 10,000. That is when people who are in my friend circle or people who are close to me, they started seeing, and then they started asking that have you started with content creation because your videos are now coming in our feed. Then I told yeah, I started it, but then they asked that why you never shared it or why you have not put it across on your personal profile. I told that because I want to keep both things separate. So as a creator you might have a life which is completely different from life that you have personally, so you don't want to mix and match both of these. So one thing to do is that you can start creating content on a different page, don't share it on your personal page, and just let it grow. The day people who are in your personal circle they start asking that what are you doing, it basically means that you have done a decent job there, and now your content is getting the reach where it should reach.
Okay, sir,
So
thanks.
what things should be taken care while starting content creation?
Nothing. If you feel that there is one topic, Nandini, where you have very strong conviction and you know that this is the topic that I can talk about if somebody gives me a stage for 10-15 minutes, go ahead and start talking about it. Only thing to take care is that the time that you are posting. Generally, if you look at your own behavior or our behavior, people generally tend to consume these contents either after 8 o'clock or morning when you are going to office or evening when you are commuting back. So understand what time basically works best. On that time you should be posting, and make sure that the content that you are posting is unique to you so that nobody can copy you. So that is one thing that you should definitely have in mind.
Good morning, sir.
Sir,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
when we post some kind of content like it is information based, so everyone can copy that.
But your style can be different, na? So nobody can copy the unique style that you have. Maybe you are posting while walking in your society, or maybe you are talking about it while sitting in a particular position, or maybe when you are talking about it, you are bringing in some your own flavor as well, adding some personal story. So those things can't be copied. Now people can copy exact script, but they can't copy your style. And generally, what I have seen is that people who become successful on social media, people follow them for a unique style that they have. Otherwise, so everybody is creating same content. If government comes up with any scheme, you will see 10, 12, 30, 40 creators talking about it, but you will see only two or three creators hitting good number of views or becoming successful because their style is different from others. Yeah.
Sir,
Sir,
one
Sir,
can
sir,
question.
what is the scope of blogging?
So blogging, I told you, na, if you are looking at content marketing as such, there are two ways to it. One is that you start writing blogs, and second is you become a ghostwriter. Unfortunately, blogging as a career option right now, it's on a downfall because what we are seeing is that lot of content is being generated by Chat GPT or Gemini. So brands generally are right now not looking for a content writer who is only into blogging. They are also looking for a content writer who can write for them for LinkedIn, who can write for them, say, for Twitter. So those kind of roles are generally picking up. Pure blogging is not picking up, and as a freelancer, I'll not also suggest that go for blogging, because blogging now is a very tough game to crack. There are too many people, there is a lot of competition from AI, so might not be a good option to pursue. Better option can be, if you want to start with Twitter. Start writing out there, and Twitter is a platform where if you every day go ahead and maybe post 20, 30 times, the chances are high that your profile will start getting the traction. So instead of blogging, start writing on Twitter, see what's trending on Twitter, go ahead and give your insight into it, or maybe give your point of view into it, and that is where you can see some good traction. Twitter also is a good platform for earning brand revenue. If somebody is not maybe having some issues with coming on camera, better is to start writing on Twitter, because there you have to write text, and that can be your first place to grow.
Sir,
Hello, sir.
so please,
Uh,
sir,
sir,
Yep.
in
I'm sorry to speak.
sir, in today's environment with many scammers, it's crucial to use established and a reputed platform for your resume that you suggest safest platform for major trusted for job portals.
So, if we talk about resume building, one thing that you can explore out is that you'll give my profile also here. I'll put across, just a second. I've put across my ATS compliant resume template. You can check it out. Everyone can check it out. You can go to my page. I'll post this session. I'll paste the link of the resume template in link in my bio. You can get it from there. Second is if you also look at the platforms, there are platforms such as Novo Resume is there, and then Resume Worded is there. There also you can get some templates, and also just a second. I'll give one more link. Just a second. Just a second. Yeah. One more thing is that there are platforms such as Canva also that you can use out. But when you are using Canva, make sure that on Canva you are only using the text format one resume templates, because when you use any resume template which has image attached to it, it generally doesn't goes well through the ATS scanner tool, so it gets rejected. So that is one thing that you should be doing. I'm also putting across one page also that I have. You all can follow this page. It is called as Salaried Women Club. This is a community that we have built of women professionals. So every day we keep on sharing job roles and opportunities. So we also keep on talking about remote roles and opportunities which are there for women professionals. If you follow this page, every day you'll get to understand one or two of the openings which is out there. So yeah, so when it comes to resume, no more resume is one place that you can use. I'll also put across my template in my profile link. You can get it. And also Canva you can use, but use only the text format ones. And this Salaried Women Club, where we keep on sharing all the remote jobs and job openings which are for women professionals. You can follow this as well. Yeah.
Okay, sir,
Sir,
thank
can
you.
we be a full-time content creator or we should apply for a job as well?
So see, full-time content creation is something that I don't suggest anyone, because first of all, you should have an understanding of what you want to do once you become a content creator. Like I see many young people who are in their early 20s, they are now facing issues of mental health because they have taken up content creation full time. And the months they get some good brand deal, that month is good. Other months they don't get the brand deals, and that is when they start feeling the pressure because they don't have any other income stream. So content creation, you should look at it as way to build your personal brand. And second, if you have some product in mind, so say if you are someone who is into beauty category, you have a product in mind that maybe 2 3 years down the line, when I have a million follower base, I am going to launch my own t-shirt chain, or maybe I am going to launch my own beauty product or own deodorant kind of series. So those are the things, if you have that in mind, it's good to go and go with that mindset that 2 3 year down the line I'm going to do something of my own based on the people or the base that I have built for myself. Until unless you don't have that clarity, this is a very tricky job, because you might be seeing some of the biggest creators who were very big during the COVID time. Right now, if you look at their views, they are sitting at 10 11 million follower base, and videos are hardly getting a lakh or 1.5 lakh kind of views. So content creation is a 6 to 7 year journey, and at max 10 year where you max out, then there will be somebody who is younger than you, somebody who is having more hunger than you. They will come, and then people will start following them. So it's better to understand that what should be the end objective. Like you see all the big creators in India right now, most of them have pivoted to movies. Some of them are doing some branding activity, like Tanmay, you see, is writing for a lot of the bigger brands. He has become their branding expert. So you should have an end game in mind, that what you want to achieve because of content creation. It can't be your full-time role, unfortunately.
Sir, as you said that there are some publishing industries also who will hire us for content creating. So
Right.
tell me about those recent trends. And one more question is, you told about the certification courses in AI prompts also, no, sir. So is there anything like for content creating we can directly go and do freelancing and all
No,
directly,
no.
or
So
before that can we do any courses?
So there are no courses. Content creation is a self-learning kind of thing where you have to create on your own and you have to study what others are doing. When I was talking about publishing houses, then there are traditional houses such as HarperCollins is there, Penguin India is there, and then there is Om Books Depot. So these are the people who are also very active on social media. So they continue hiring people for roles such as say content writing, and then there are founders or say senior business leaders who are looking out also for freelancers who can come and do ghost writing for them. But to tap into that pool, you have to do a lot of cold calling. But before doing cold calling, make sure that at least on LinkedIn, Twitter, or maybe Instagram, you are having yourself 5 to 10,000 followers, because that is when you can establish the credibility and do the cold calling. Let them know that, see, on my Twitter itself, there are 2,000 people who follow me. If you look at my last 10 20 posts, it is getting decent engagement. So I understand how this platform works, and I can write the content for you, and I can help you grow on this platform. So generally 30 to 35,000 is what people pay for any ghostwriter who helps them out with their LinkedIn or social media. So this can also be a good strategy where you are having a free flowing kind of client pool where there are 3 or 4 clients. Easily you can earn up to 1.2 to 1.5 lakh per month. But for that you have to first establish credibility. And coming back to my original point, you have to make sure that at least you are showing up for a year or so, because if you don't show up for a year, none of these platforms will kick off.
So not only the platforms, can we start writing with like in newspapers or any other publication things, or only do we need for some followers and all?
No, no. So if you have to write for newspapers or publications, Harif, then in this case, what you need to do is that first of all, you have to have some experience, because all of these biggest newspapers that I know of, they are looking out for people who are having experience. No, because if you look at any newspaper, Times of India or Economic Times, it goes out to so many people that even if a word is misplaced from here to there, it can cause misinformation. So better again in that case is figure out 1 or 2 startups who are into news and media domain, who are just starting up, because that is where you can go and reach out and tell them that I am into writing, and can you give me a pro bono project for 2 3 months where I help you out with all the news articles. This will give you some experience, add a name in your resume, and based on that then you can reach out to other organizations like the bigger ones in that you are aiming for. I think
So
we
please
are
tell
on.
about the recent courses, any certification courses which are important.
Media houses generally don't have, if you are looking out into these things, then media houses generally don't have any certification. It's mostly on the job training. For AI, there are by Google, so you can search Google Skills Garage. Just a second, I'll write it. And you can also look into prompting by OpenAI. So these are two things that you can explore out. I think we are well on time. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking out time on Sunday afternoon. Means a lot. And wishing you all very best, because PW team has told me that this is a bunch of very talented folks. Wishing you all the best with your career journey. And yeah, on my page, I'll put across the resume template by 2, 3 p.m. so you all can get it. Okay,
Thank you so
bye.
much.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.